What's up guys, how are you guys doing? In this video we are back to SxS stuff and I want to talk to you guys about my overall account and my progression, and I want to kind of show you guys how I'm progressing so far. Like I said, I am a semi free to play player. I have bought a couple of packs, but it's not that, right? As you can see, I don't have the starter starter player like pack, the one that give you like the what I'm saying, this stuff right here. Let me show you guys. So if we go to the gears right here, it gives you this gear right here. Okay, so when you start the game, everyone will get $1 pack that you guys can pick up. That's gonna give you this plus a skin. So I did buy that. It's it's because it's a pretty good value pack in my opinion. You also get like this cool weapon right here as well, right? And of course, as you can see, I did buy the pirate set, like a custom set, but I only bought the weapon, not the actual outfit. Okay, because as you can see, I don't have the outfit and stuff. But yeah, and the other thing I bought is probably like this right here. If you see, I bought like a couple packs here, so like one of these like $4 ones right here, and I bought one of these guys right here. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much a very light spender. So yeah. And of course, when it comes to what I'm saying, summons and stuff like that, I did do a lot of summons, right? Right now I'm just saving my the rest of my summons for the next class, but I have spent quite a lot of summons. As you can see, I only have like 981 of these Donium as well, right? So I don't have that, but I'm saving whatever I can for the next class that's going to be coming up. In my opinion, the next class is not that good. Okay, this is the Conqueror class is not that good. Okay, I think the fourth class, like the fifth class right here, and up, that's where like duelist and warrior, they get a massive power creep, like a massive like power increase. Okay, but Conqueror is not that good. Okay, I looked into the skills of Conqueror and it's nothing crazy, guys. Okay, you ideally want to get to tier 5 class right here, because this is where you're gonna get some of the most OP skills, and then onward, right, tier 6 and 7 you're gonna get even better stuff. Okay, but yeah, Conqueror is not that good, but it is what it is, right? It's a new class upgrade, so I'm just saving everything I can for that class, right, just to make sure I am able to get some skills from it, right? And of course the champion one, I haven't unlocked it yet, right, because no one have unlocked it yet. We are going to be able to unlock this on July 4th, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we got some time before we could do that, right? And as you guys can see, my power level right now is at 2.59 million, which is actually really good in my opinion. It's really good, right? As you guys can see, I have really good gears as well, right? I have one of these blood plump circulate gears from the nightmare dungeon, right, the shrine nightmare dungeon, and then I have these ones right here, right, a really good stat on them. And I have the most one of the base one, right? Look at this thing, insane gear right here. Okay, so I have a speed set, right, main stat, and I have 2 attack set right here, and I have a 15% critical rate increase, which is insane, guys. And I have accuracy plus 15%. So this is really good because I always run a defense break skill on my character. So having this accuracy increase is going to be really good, because it will let me land those defense break on the enemy a lot easier as well, right? And then we have the effect that converts 1.5% of HP into attack, which is really good. And of course, I do have my first tier 5 Citrini, right? With that's giving me, this is a tier 5 jump that's going to give me 18% speed. And then I have a tier 2 here, and I have a tier 4 barrel set jump right here, that's going to give me HP as well, right? I have tier 4 attack set right here, that's giving me 12%, and then I have this one right here, obsidian. This is probably one of the best one, right? Ideally you want to keep this on all of your gears, right, if you are a DPS class, because this is going to boost your attack and also give you a damage boost as well, which is really good, right? But for now I'm only using a tier 2 obsidian set, right? And if you look at my class right here and you look at the skills, as you can see, I have a lot of skills at mythic. That's how I've been doing a lot of summons. So yeah, the witchling, right? And if you look at my class, as you can see, right, I am at total level class 113, and then my specific berserk class is at level 26, which is crazy. And then my duelist is at 25, and then you know, my warriors at 45, right? I did, you know, try to summon a couple on the mage, because I am actually thinking to switch into the sorcerer class, because sorcerer class is just amazing. So yeah, we're gonna do that once once we are able to unlock tier 6 and 7 classes. Then I will decide to switch to sorcerer class, because that's where I'm gonna unlock the majority of stuff for my characters. So I'll wait until then. But yeah, I definitely am planning to switch into sorcerer class, because sorcerer class is absolutely broken in this game, by far the best DPS class in the game. Okay, until we get to like tiers 6 and 7 class on warriors. Until then, yeah, it's gonna be sorcerer, right, and archmage, right? That's gonna be, you know, running through the entire game, right? They are gonna be killing everything really fast and stuff like that, right? So, but once we are able to unlock the tier 6 and 7 classes, yeah, duelisting like warrior class is gonna be kind of insane, bro, because you get a skill called a wind orb, where it lets you create a bunch of wind orb around you, and you could pretty much just one-shot a lot of things with that, right? Especially in PvP. And also you get a bunch of like really powerful fire attacks that are like able to do crazy amounts of damage in PvE. So yeah, it's insane, right? The upcoming casts are insane for warriors, but right now, yeah, probably in my opinion, berserk and stuff is the worst class for DPS right now. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, yeah, sorcerer all the way, right? But that is it. Of course, what's like knights, right? Like knights are also kind of crazy when it comes to like doing damage, because they have a skill called shattering slash that actually lets them do more than 1 million damage in one hit, guys. Okay, if you have the skill maxed out, like at like immortal tier and stuff like that, yeah, you are able to do at least 2 million damage with that skill. Yeah, it's broken, right? I have teamed up with a lot of whales, and yeah, the amount of damage they dish out with knight is insane, guys. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, DPS class, the best DPS right now is the sorcerer class, followed by sages, because we say like debuff stacking stuff, and then I will say knights, right? Duelists they're not that crazy anymore, right? But as you can see, my main stat, I have 192k attack, which is crazy actually, and I have 171k defense, I have 721k HP, and I have 157 speed. And if you look at my stats right here, I have 60% crit rate, which is amazing. I have crit damage 72%, right? We have some crit resistance, some block rates, right? And then we have physical mastery. If you look at this, we have PvP damage bonus 15%, PvP damage resistance 50%, right? And I have fake chance as well, right? We have physical mastery. I only have like 1.41k amount of physical mastery, which is nothing. That's not a lot, but it's still pretty decent, right? And then I have a lot of like, you know, wind, water, fire, light, and dark ages. You increase those through your relics. And if you see my relics, yeah, I have a pretty good amount of collections in relics right here, as you can see. The one I'm equipping right now is, of course, I'm equipping the lucky statue, right? I'm equipping this, giving me a bunch of attack, right? More attack right here. I'm just focusing on like giving my character a lot of speed and attack on my relics. So pretty much that's all I have. And as you can see, right, speed right here, right? Attack, right? You got HP, right? You got more attack right there. I have a couple of ones right here, right? But they're not that great. I have fake resistance here, defense, and HP. Yeah, I don't need any of that for my DPS cards, right? And then for wind, as you can see, I have attack right there, speed, right? Physical mastery on this one, right? This is pretty much the majority of my physical mastery coming from. I don't have a lot of physical mastery on my gear, so yeah. But yeah, I have this one as well, right? The PvE damage bonus 4.8%. I got that through this. So if you look at my you know, say my top up right here, right? This is actually how you know how much you spent so far, right? So this is pretty much how much I spent so far, right? As you can see, right? Boom, I only spent about 8,285 amount of this. Once once you spend around like $3,000, if I'm not mistaken, you're actually gonna unlock this, which is actually quite expensive. So yeah, we might unlock it in the future, but I don't know. But right now, this is where I'm, right? So yeah, I haven't spent a lot. And that's how I got this relic, because it's a really good one, right? PvP bonus damage 4.8%. That's a really good one, right? So that's how I got that relic. And then if you look at the rest of my relics right here, so I was out on the wind right here. And then I have this one, right, for water, same thing, right? A bunch of speed, right? and HP and attack right here, right? And I have a mythic that's giving me a 5% black rate, but I don't need that. That's only useful for knights, unfortunately, right? And I have this one, right? Like, you know, raid specific like buffs. But this Orochi guy, like, I don't fight him a lot, so you know, I'm not keeping this. And for fire, this is my favorite set of relics. I'm not gonna lie, right? The art look amazing, so right. I have a bunch of mythic fire tier gears right here, as you can see. This one gives me 12%, right? 12.5% attack increase plus 2.5% bonus attack increase as well, right? And then I have more attack right here, right? And I have this one. I got this through the, you know, the soccer event, right? You get 12.5 speed on it, and then you got more attack in here, right? And yeah, as you can see, my puzzle pieces, it's not that, right? Yeah, so this is pretty much my progression when it comes to my relics. And what else, right? And of course, dungeon wise, right, I am currently doing Hellhold, but I can only do normal, unfortunately. If you want to go to hard, you're gonna need 2.75 million, which is crazy. The crazy part is on purgatory, you're actually gonna need 6 freaking million power in order to even do this, which is ridiculous. Okay, this is definitely for whales. Okay, I don't think free to play will ever be able to do this. In my opinion, yeah, the season will end before we are able to do this. Okay, you need 6 freaking million on this, okay, to do this. Nightmare, I think it's like maybe 4 million or something, but yeah, purgatory is 6 million, okay, which is crazy, right? I'm very close to being able to do hard mode, which is amazing. As long as I'm able to do nightmare, I'm okay with it, because again, nightmare, you usually gonna get you know what I'm saying, these ones, the divine sets, you're gonna get a drop in the nightmare as well, right? So yeah, that's why I'm like, as long as I'm able to do nightmare, I'm chilling. You could even get a drop on hard mode, which is amazing as well, right? Of course, these sets are insane. The amount of the power difference from this, like compared to the shrine and this, it's insane, guys. Okay, so let me show you what I mean, right? If we go to auction, and if we could find one that is from the new dungeon right here. Oh man, are you serious right now? Okay, let's do shield. Maybe we could find, look at this, right? Look at the power difference right here. Okay, so this is a new Hellhold you know, area drop right here. Look at the difference, right? From the shrine, you could only get 150 level gear. That's only for me, it's gonna give me 134k power. Okay, but this one, it went up to 224k instead of the 190 gear right here. Yeah, the gear difference is insane, and that's not the crazy part. If you look at the weapons, I don't see any here, unfortunately. But the weapons, like if you look at this, you get like 500,000 just from this. Okay, from the new dungeon compared to the 226 here, which is insane. Yeah, the gear gap between dungeons is absolutely ridiculous, man. As you can see, if I buy this, I'm actually gonna get 89.7k more power just from this. Okay, yeah, so the gear difference between dungeons is absolutely ridiculous, guys. Okay, so yeah, and we're only at like season 2 or whatever, right? Yeah, it's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I think in the CN they go all the way to season 5 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, which is insane. So I don't know what the power gap will be by then, but right now, yeah, this is not looking good, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the like the turn off like for this game, because it's just like free to play players, they are like very limited on what they are able to do here, unfortunately, right? So yeah, I don't know how they're gonna fix this. Hopefully they could do something about this, because yeah, the power gap is insane. Okay, between like 2 dungeons, it's so ridiculous. Okay, but that's pretty much where I am. Of course, on the towers, I am at like 130 out of 160 on the, like, you know, the current floor right here, the Umoryu vortex right here. Of course, I cleared the other ones, right, which is pretty cool. And of course, this is my, you know, Cerebrum heroine thing. I was lucky enough to actually get teamed up with like a bunch of whales, and I managed to score 603 million points right here, which is actually ridiculous, right? I was very close to beating this thing. So yeah, that was amazing, right? I got most of the rewards from that. And then of course, competition wise, I don't do a lot of arena, but this is where I am right now, right? A new season just started, and this is where I am right now. I'm ranked 71 right now, which is, you know, okay. And of course, tournament wise, you know, the tournament happens, you know, occasionally, right? in 1 day 7 hours we are gonna be doing another tournament. But these are like my top like server players right here. Okay, this guy is absolutely insane, right? He's a berserker, right? Look at the gap, right? If you are free to play, you are around like 2.2 something million at this point, and look at the gap, right? That's insane, right? If you are a spinner, yeah, the gap is absolutely insane, right? And then we got one of my goats right here, right? Hope. I love this dude, right? He is very helpful, right, in the server. And yeah, look at 5.1 million, right? Right, look at the Goji, right? We got, you know, the Paladin class right here, right? So yeah, the power gap is insane, right? And if you look at like there's a Nexus right here, right? Between like the top play of our servers, right? My server like top player only got like 6.32 million right here. But if we look at the other server right here, which is the, you know what I'm saying, the Arrow Drizzle right here, their top player is at like almost 7 million power, right? So yeah, the gap between between players is insane, right? So just keep that in mind, okay? So yeah, this game is definitely, you know, kind of heavy on the pay to win side, but you know, what can you do, right? I hope they go do something about this in the future, because at this point I don't know if this is sustainable, right? Yeah, this might kill the game faster than, you know, it should, right? So we'll see, but that is pretty much my progression. Of course, if you look at my phantoms, I did pick up Nyx Archon right here. The reason I did that, I was actually gonna save it for Pandoman, right, the Panda Phantoman, but the reason I did that is I'm planning to gate this thing right here. So if we go to like mole right here, right, I'm actually planning to get this. So by the time I do all these summons right here, I should be able to get close to 60 points in order to pick up the Panda Phantomans, right? Because this is going to give me around 176 of these points right here. So yeah, I'm planning to get that. That's why I went with it. But if you guys are free to play, definitely, man, save. Okay, do not spend, right? Do not spend your you know what I'm saying, your summon crystals. Okay, do not spend them. Save it until you are able to pick up Panda, right? The Panda Phantom, right? He's a based one for any situation. Of course, you got the Edge Swing. This one is really good for your tank class, because yeah, it's so insane. For your tank class, it's the base support Phantom. But if you're a DPS class, yeah, the Panda dude is gonna be your main go-to, okay, if you want to do a lot of damage, okay? So yeah, but I picked up Nyx Archon. I love the Nyx Archon design right here, so that's why I picked him up, right? Look at, he looks sick, man. And I like dark like powers and stuff. So yeah, the fact that this dude got like dark power and stuff, yeah, amazing. And this skill right here is amazing, especially if you are using if you are playing like sorcerer and mages. Yeah, this is so satisfying, man. You could clear an entire wave with this explosions right here. So it's really good. Okay, it's really good one. And this, of course, he does he also reduces your skill cooldown, so which is amazing, right? So yeah, I'm very strong Phantom for your DPS class. But again, Panda is a little better than him, okay? So yeah, again, if you are free to play, definitely save until you are able to pick up Panda, right? I think we are like what, like 50 or 60 days away from us getting like Panda. So you know, you got a long time to save a lot, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind, right? But yeah, this is where we are right now. I have 7 currently, but yeah, this is where we are. And of course, guild wise, I am currently with like a top guild technically. Not the top guild, like it's the top guild in my server, but you know, in like overall like guild ranking, yeah, it's not the top guild. But yeah, again, as you can see, our overall power is at 177 million, which is freaking amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is, right? So this is why we're chilling right here. So yeah, there we go, right? Guild activity is very important. Of course, when you join a guild, you're actually gonna get a massive power increase as well. So definitely make sure to be in a guild already, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it, right? What else am I missing, right? And of course, if you look at our game progression on the season right here, right? If you go to the season rating, as you can see, I'm already at the SxS rank right here. So by the end of the season, yeah, I will be getting 80 of these summons, 800 of these guys, and then 80, you know what I'm saying, Phantom and summons. That's also why I kind of spend my, you know, my summon crystals, because again, this is a massive amount of resource right here we're getting. So if you are also able to get to this level right here, everyone will be getting this as well, right, by the end of the season. And as you can see, my overall stuff right here, C rating right here, and gear wise, I'm X right. And of course, as you can see, my gear rating is at 11,000, which is actually really good. So yeah, pretty much I'm progressing very nicely in this game, and I'm having a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie, right? But yeah, that is it for the video, I think. All right, that's pretty much everything I want to show you guys, right? Just to show you guys my progression and all that, right? And yeah, anyways, let me know how far you guys are progressing as well, right? And of course, thank you for watching, and of course, don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and bye.